How many of you guys are patchaholics where we're just wearing patches? We say move over medicine cabinet, hello health arsenal. And that's what all of us are utilizing is light to help our bodies be well, get well, and stay well. So we're blessed and highly favored that we're able to use light, that we found this incredible technology. LifeWave is such an incredible technology for all of us to be using. And so I'm very excited to share with you guys a few things tonight. Again, talk to the person who invited you on here because they will be your sponsor and they will help get you started at the best possible price. So a little bit about myself. My name is Renita Brandon. I live in Bismarck, North Dakota. I've been trying to get out for a while, but I'm still here, due to family. But we love to travel. And so we've been so thankful and grateful to do LifeWave because it's allowed us literally to travel the world as a family. We homeschool our boys. We have 3 sons, my husband and I. They're 23, almost 24, 17 and 15. And we love adventure. We love health. We love vitality. We love our aging parents. How many of you on here tonight are health advocates for your aging loved ones? I certainly hope that you are. I always say when I see elderly people need a health advocate. The system is very broken right now. I know a lot of doctors. In fact, I have about 340 health professionals on my team. We're talking doctors, MDs, naturopaths, chiropractors, homeopaths, and everybody can agree that the system is broken and people are seeking alternative solutions. So this whole journey started about 21 months ago with this beautiful lady you see here. Her name is Pearl. My mom is literally riding the bike again. It's the 3rd time she's on the recumbent bike today. And she said, Nita, I'm glad we moved this upstairs because it was originally downstairs. She said, I'm glad we moved it upstairs because every time I feel like it, I can just hop on the bike and roll. It's like, good job, Mom. And so my mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's about 7 years ago. I'll tell you what, if you're at my house today, you never know it. Just incredible transformation my mother has had. Wow. I could just go into so much detail with that, but I'll tell you this. Our friend Doris sent us the patches from Canada, and she said, you have to try these on your mother. She said, my neighbor lady who had a neurological condition literally had a miracle. She said, I think your mom will do really well on these patches. So she sent the patches. I had no idea what they were. I just trusted Doris. Doris is a wise old owl. She's a Christian woman out of Canada who was a nurse who busted out of that rotten, broken system up there. And she's doing things independently with emotion code and body code and natural ways of healing people. And so I trusted her. And she actually sent the patches. We put them on Mom. And it was the 11th day I went to her house at 8 a.m. and Mom was walking without her walker. Now, I'm not talking a fancy rolling one. She's got a rolling one now that we use sometimes when we go to basketball games, just in case we got to go long distances. But she had one of those old crappy walkers that was like clunk, clunk, clunk. You guys know which ones I'm talking about, right? With the tennis balls on them on the bottom. That was what my mom was using. And that morning, my mom typically had been using that walker every morning until about 11 a.m. So the morning hours are really tough with Parkinson's with people. And it was 8 a.m. and my mom was walking around the house without the walker. And not only was she walking, her mood was good. And she said, Nita, do you want me to make you some eggs? And I looked at her and I said, what in the world is going on over here? And my dad was sitting at the kitchen table that morning and he had been dealing with an oozing leg issue. Now, I want to take a moment now just to tell you guys that I can't tell you that the patch is going to treat, cure, or prevent any disease. LifeWave cannot tell you that the patch is going to treat, cure, or prevent any disease. You have to be a drug company, a pharmaceutical company that's making trillions of dollars to do that. We're not able to do that. So we're not going to talk any medical terms tonight. I am simply going to teach you how to be healthy. And I tell you what, my mom has regained her health. It's been awesome to witness. She had gotten really quiet with Parkinson's. If you guys know people with Parkinson's, they eventually they can't talk. And so she'd gotten so quiet, she couldn't butter her toast. She couldn't peel an apple, peel a potato. Her periodontal disease was awful for 6 years. We had got her dental implants. They never set. So it was like constant trauma with her mouth. She had wasted away down to 99 pounds. When she was diagnosed, she was 169, and she had dwindled all the way down to 99 pounds. And I'll tell you what, I'm just going to say it plainly. The patch completely changed our lives. The patch completely changed our lives physically, emotionally, mentally, financially. I mean, spiritually. I mean, it restored hope again for us because we had been trying a lot of things for natural health and healing and nothing was working. And my mom put the patch on, and on the 11th day, she was walking without that walker. And I can tell you, my mom now is 124 pounds. Like I said, she's exercising for the third time on her exercise bike. She's a healing machine, boy. Her teeth are awesome. In fact, she's got another teeth cleaning tomorrow with Jody. The dentist called me after 2 months of mom being on the patch, and the dentist specifically said to me over the phone, Renita, what on earth did you do to your mother's mouth? He said, her teeth are like a different person. And I said, you're never going to believe it. He said, we've been putting this patch on her. He's like, what is this patch? So, I mean, everything changed about my mom. The third month, I came into my kitchen, and my mom, my neighbor lady, had given us apples off of her apple tree in the backyard. And I had them sitting in the garage, rotting, couldn't get to them. And I came in the house, and my mom had peeled 24 apples. And this was the lady that we had taken knives away from a year earlier. We wouldn't even let her butter her own toast because she was like not touching the bread and hitting cups. It was crazy. And so the bottom line is it was a safety issue, right? Here it was the third month I walked in and mom had 24 apples peeled. And I said, how did you do that? Did the boys help you? Did my sons help you? She's like, absolutely not. I don't know where the boys are. I did it. So everything changed with my mom. And I pray the same thing happens for you guys. So I hope you're an advocate for your aging parents or your aging friends or your aging loved ones. Because if you don't stand in the gap, I'm telling you what, the system is terribly broken and these people are getting caught up in a system of drugs, and it's terrible. The next thing that happened is my dad. My dad was my next miracle I saw. My mom was my first miracle. My dad was my second miracle. And this was my dad's legs that morning sitting at the breakfast table. His legs were a full-time job. He wiped them. They were oozing, goozing. I mean, they were miserable. He couldn't sleep. They itched. He couldn't wear blue jeans because, as you can see, this oozing business would stick on the jeans. We had gone to 12 doctors in 6 months. The more you get to know me, the more you'll realize I'm relentless. And we had gone to his heart doctor, kidney doctor. I mean, all of his in-house doctors at Sanford, and none of them had a solution. The dermatologist told my dad he was going to have to live with it. And so then we started going to chiropractors and naturopaths and homeopaths and just alternative doctors, and to no avail. And that morning, my dad was sitting at the table with my mom, walking around the house, asking if she wanted to make me eggs. And I said to my dad, hey, Dad, I think we should put one of these patches on your leg, like on your body somewhere to see if it helps with your legs. And he said, well, I thought the patch was for Parkinson's. I said, I have no idea what this patch is for. I said, but if it did that to mom in 11 days, maybe it'll help your legs. I said, it's worth a shot. We've tried everything else. He said, let's put a patch on. So we threw a patch on my dad. And back then, I didn't even know where to put it. The beautiful thing about the X39, if you're on here tonight, someone told you about the X39, the X39 are systemic, which means you cannot put them in the wrong spot. Praise the Lord. Thank God. We don't have to get it just perfect. We just have to get it on. And so I just threw it on my dad's shoulder. And the second picture you see there was my dad's legs 24 hours later. When I say it completely changed the course of our life, it completely changed the course of our life. The oozing never oozed again. His legs completely dried up. The next morning when I came back, he opened the front door. I looked down. I literally fell to my knees and was thanking Jesus. And my dad walked away from the door and he said, looks like we wasted a whole lot of money at doctor's appointments. Where can I get some more of those patches? And I looked down at his legs and they were not oozing and goozing. They were dried up. They were shrunk. They were back to his little chicken legs, praise the Lord. And I knew we had our hands on something special. And then it was July 3rd of 2022. The Lord actually said to me, you're entering an abundant season of miracles. I woke up that morning on July 3rd. And as I was praying and just thanking God, the Holy Spirit actually said to me, you're stepping into an abundant season of miracles. And I thought I was hearing things, but when the Lord speaks, he'll say it sometimes in repetition. And I sat on the edge of my bed and I heard it again. You're entering an abundant season of miracles. And I stood to my feet out loud. I said, yes, Lord, as if I was reporting for duty, right? And since then, you guys, I have seen miracle after miracle. This is my friend Penny's hands. She dealt with these hands since she had dealt with chemotherapy about 7 years ago. Those hands were awful. This was 5 days later. 5 days later, Penny said to me, Renita, holy cow, I'm going to tell the world about these patches. Look at my hands, right? This is her fingertips here. Just amazing, you guys. This is another friend of ours. This actually just happened last week with somebody on our team from Montana. Mark Reynolds got cut with a rebar. And this patch is 24 hours later. I told his wife, put an X39 on one side of that wound and put an Eon on the other. And that's exactly what they did. And this was 24 hours later, you guys. So this patch is awesome. It will change your life. It's not just for elderly and sick people and people with diseases, guys. It's for people who are ready for breakthrough. It's people who want to increase their longevity, improve their athletic performance. All my boys wear the patches. They're 20, 23, almost 24, 17, and 15. And Bo had a breakthrough season in his last season of his track career at college. He broke every personal record he had. He said the biggest claim to fame was he had no injury. He was injury free. He didn't have to go in to see the trainer. We actually just met with a major university yesterday morning. The entire basketball team wants to utilize the patches. How awesome is this? So they're sick of the ibuprofen. They're sick of the acetaminophen. They're sick of the drugs in these training rooms, and they're ready for light. And so can you imagine if an entire college athletic system is using the patches? What a breakthrough that's going to be for the entire country. So I love Heidi Sarnecki was on with me yesterday morning with that university, and that guy was so excited to share this technology with all of the athletes who have anxiety, who have injuries that don't heal, who just want better peak performance, right, guys? Better healing time, better recovery time in between games. And so this is also for people who like breakthrough. So have you been patched yet is my question. And if you have not been patched yet, make sure you talk to who has ever invited you on here tonight. That person is your sponsor. They will make sure that you get started with the appropriate package, okay? It's very important that you get started at the wholesale price because we don't want anybody paying retail on this thing, because if you're paying retail, you're spending way too much money when you could be buying these patches at wholesale price, okay? So a little bit about the backstory of LifeWave. David Schmidt is awesome. I don't know if you guys caught the segment last night, but he was on Diamond and Silk. Huge patriots, huge freedom lovers. But Silk was on with David Schmidt, and wow, what an interview. I mean, it was so fantastic. If you've not listened to it, it would be so worth your time to go and listen. I'm going to tell you, LifeWave is attracting the best people in the world. The best people. Not only the patriots and the freedom fighters, the best doctors are coming on board. The best nurses are getting on board, right? The best chiropractors, the best people in the world, the best people that have entire stem cell injection clinics are getting on board with LifeWave because they say there's got to be more than just injecting people with needles. There's got to be a way to activate their stem cells with light, and they found it with LifeWave. So I want to tell you, if you're on here tonight, I know you're awesome, because the truth is the common denominator I see with LifeWave is it's attracting the very best, sharpest people in the world. People that love people, people that want to take care of their health, people that care about others, people that care about freedom and health independence and, you know, that whole thing like medical freedom, health freedom. That's who we're attracting. So David Schmidt started the company 20 years ago, guys, and he got started with the Navy SEALs. He was actually contracted by the Navy SEALs to create a technology, a wearable technology that was going to help the Navy SEALs to stay awake during Hell Week. Because as you know, during Hell Week, it's tumultuous. There's accidents. People can even die, right? It's crazy. And so they contracted him to create a wearable technology to help those Navy SEALs to stay alert and awake during Hell Week. And guess what he created? It's called the Energy Enhancer. The Energy Enhancer is still available to us. It literally helps to balance your energy. It keeps you strong. It keeps you focused. And the best part about it is it uses light therapy. All of our patches are light therapy. All of them are non-transdermal. It's light therapy, and it uses fat oxidation, your own body fat. It works off of using your own body fat to stabilize your energy. Do any of you have any body fat that you'd like to use up for energy? Raise your hand. I know people are still a New Year's resolution story, right? So the bottom line is that's how we started. And the next people that used it was actually the United States female Olympic swim team down at Stanford. So the Stanford swim coach, his name is Richard Quick. He's world renowned for his female swim team. He's so good, such a great coach and human. He called David and he said, we heard you've been using these patches with the Navy SEALs. Do you think it would help our athletes? We're trying to qualify for the Olympics. No one has qualified yet. David flew out to Stanford University and he patched the athletes, these female athletes. Within the first week, all of them broke their personal records and 4 qualified for the United States Olympic swim team. I mean, can you imagine? So I always joke to my husband and I say, hey, if it's good enough for the Navy SEALs and it's good enough for the female Olympic swim team, it's good enough for me. So, and I got some fat to burn, so I'll wear them. But, you know, David Schmidt's a genius, guys. He is a genius who loves the Lord. He's humble. He's honorable. He has over 130 patents. He's got over 90 clinical studies on the products. He's a scientist and inventor. He's not a doctor. He's a scientist and inventor. And he really, in 2008, he said, we are going to focus it in our entire model of light therapy in age reversal. Okay. So David spent 10 years, $4.5 million to bring the X39 to market. So now if you are on here tonight and you say, what is this X39 patch? The patches come in a sleeve like this. And then what you're going to get is you're going to get a sleeve like this. And inside that little sleeve, there's going to be 30 of these phototherapy patches. Okay, now let me just show you how they work. Let me stop the share here for a second so I can show you. So there's going to be 30 of them. You basically just peel the back of this bad boy off, and you honestly can put it anywhere on the body. Okay, and I'm going to put it just on the base of my neck. Okay, so right above that bone. Everyone feel that bone on your neck? Put it right above there. Great place to put it. But remember, with my dad and my mom, we just threw it on any place on their body. The X39 and 49 are systemic. Do you guys know what systemic means? It means they will go to the greatest area of need. Okay. So don't worry about getting it just perfect. Just get them on. Okay. And so that's what happened. I want to actually read to you the clinical, the study. David got this, you know, with all this clinical research that he was doing, all this money spent, he actually got a patent on the X39 patch. Because what they found was doing how to activate the stem cells with light. David found out if we activate a peptide called GHKCU, if we activate that peptide, it will actually activate our own stem cells. How cool is that? So you don't need an injection, because with an injection, it's painful. There's always risk, right? And I always wonder what's in the needle. That's my biggest question. What's in the needle? Back away with the needle, right? But what David found was a way to activate your own stem cells with light, with phototherapy. And, you know, and by doing this, he found out a way that, you know, not only was it safe, non-invasive, it was incredibly effective. It was activating a peptide called GHKCU. Now, I've got books on GHKCU. I've got this great book by Dr. Lauren Picard. I love this book. I love it. I love it. I love it. I saw a medical doctor show it the second day after I joined LifeWave, and the doctor said, everybody needs this book. So I bought it. So I read it, and it's awesome. But the back of the book is like gold. Even if you're not a reader, buy the book and just read the back, because the back is so crucial. It says, you know, what is this GHKCU peptide good for, right? Besides David knowing that we could activate it with phototherapy with the X39 patch, what does GHK do for the body? I'll tell you what it does. Repairs protective skin barrier proteins, improves skin firmness, reduces fine lines, depths of wrinkles, and overall appearance. People that wear the patch just look better. I'm just being honest with you. If you don't want to grow old graceful, if you want to be like an old gray mare, this is not for you. If you want to be a person that says, I want to push back on the aging process, this is so awesome. I used to have a big old liver spot on my cheek. I had that sucker shaved off a few times from my esthetician friends. It always grew back. And then 6 weeks on the patch, I looked in the mirror and my liver spot was gone. And I said to my husband, well, that was an inside job, right? That skin was an inside job. And so improves overall appearance, protects the skin from UV radiation, increases your hair growth, thickness, and a large hair follicle size. I mean, people are telling me, Renita, I'm flipping my nails every 3 days, right? Protects your body from disease, fights pain and anxiety, increases nerve outgrowth, and strongly affects 700 of our nervous system genes. Do any of you think you have any nervous system genes that need help? GHKCU peptide affects 700 of them. Wow. Activates genes of the ubiquitin proteasome system for cell cleansing. I think that's what happened to my dad's legs. I think my dad was caught in a detox mechanism where he couldn't move through it because we were supplementing with all kinds of supplements and nothing was working. He had spent thousands of dollars on supplements, okay? And we put a patch on him and his body went, it just like shut it off. It shut that whole crazy detox thing, or just like, it's literally like a cog on a wheel and it just went, okay, we're done with that, right? How about blocking cortisone's anti-regeneration effects? This literally helps you to not only stop the aging process, but reverse it. Reduces fibrinogen levels. Fibrinogen, for those of you that know about fibrinogen levels, it's the top predictor of heart disease in our bodies. GHKCU peptide, according to Dr. Picard, reduces fibrinogen levels, which is why I think so many people have incredible results with their heart health. I mean, there are thousands of testimonies I've heard about someone's heart improving since they've been on the patch. So repairs damaged DNA at a cellular level, causes the differentiation of unused stem cells, causes adult stem cells to produce more growth factors, suppresses numerous cancerous metastasis genes, inhibits cancer cell growth, the GHKCU peptide, according to Picard, restores healthy function in cells damaged by COPD, protects lung tissue after acute lung injury. Hello, the world's had acute lung injury in the last 4 years, right? I could go on and on, but get the book. There's also another great one called How to Reverse Aging. This is a great book by Dr. John Harmon. He's actually in LifeWave, talks all about the GHKCU peptide. So I just want to read to you the patent. It says, a beneficial effect, at least by providing phototherapy, light therapy, to a human body, and for example, in some embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptide. There it is, that GHKCU, copper peptide, including activation of stem cells. Who wants that? Improvements in energy. Who wants that? Elevation of antioxidants. Who wants that? Reduction in inflammation. Sounds good to me. How about management of pain? Any of you need that? Improvements in stamina all day long. I just did my second workout of the day, teaching class. Incredible stamina. I tell Scott every day I could exercise for 8 hours. I feel like I'm better than I did when I was like literally in my teens. Seriously. Elevation of collagen production and improved wound healing, which you saw with my dad and Penny's hands and so many others. But the bottom line is the patch works. So how does it work? It's a proprietary form of phototherapy. It's got patented nanocrystal technology. Don't be scared of the word nanocrystal technology. All that means is there's organic ingredients in the patch: water, oxygen, salt, sugar, amino acids. They're in a polymer. Polymer means like they're encased in a piece of plastic that does not have latex, by the way, if you have a latex allergy. That piece of plastic simply lays on top of the skin. Your own body heat warms that up. Our own body heat actually emits a low-level light. We can't see each other glowing, but if you were a pit viper snake, you can. Pit vipers can actually see infrared heat, and that's how they attack humans. If you have night goggles on, remember the night goggles that the military wears? That picks up infrared heat. So humans actually are emitting a low-level infrared heat all the time. Why? Because we're 98.7 degrees, right? So what happens is that heat warms up the patch, that light hits the patch, and because those organic nanocrystals are in a lattice, kind of a format like that, the light hits it and reflects back into the body different frequencies of light that activate different peptides and different ways of healing. How cool is that? I feel like we have the coolest technology on the planet. There's no pills, there's no potions, there's no lotions. It's a patch and it's reflecting your own body light, and that's activating healing. How cool is that? Non-transdermal, nothing's leaching from the patch into the skin, nothing. There's not chemicals, there's not pharmaceuticals, there's not stem cells. Nothing is leaching from the patch of the skin. This is a health patch. It is restoring the health of your body. Okay. Don't forget the first 4 words of the word health. Okay. No drugs, no chemicals. It's non-invasive and it's for everyone. We've got from the young to the old and everybody in between on this thing. You could be athletic, you could be non-athletic. It doesn't matter. Everyone can benefit from the patch. So increased strength, reduce inflammation. These are some common things that we're seeing. Increased stamina. You can put in the comments what you saw. All of you on here, if you have a testimony that you had with the patch, put it in the comments for others to read. Maybe you're sleeping better. That was my claim to fame. My liver spot went away. My moles fell off of my midsection that I had, right? My old 22-year-old hamstring injury that I felt every time I'd walk uphill or sprint or drive the car from Bismarck to Fargo went away. Within 2 months, I never felt that old hamstring injury ever again. How crazy is that? So the bottom line is you can put in the comments what you guys have. I'd love for you to share with the new people on tonight, but energy and vitality, mental clarity, restored muscle, skeletal condition, improvements of sleep. And of course, you just look better. I said this morning on social media, some people are not aging well, right? It's evident when I look at Facebook and I look at my old high school classmates or old people I used to work with 20 years ago. Some of us are aging better than others. And you have a choice in that matter. How great is that? You get to choose how you want to age or not age, right? And so the first few days, it's awesome because 4,000 genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. That happened for my oldest son, Bo, on the 8th day. Bo was a big athlete. He was home for the summer. He was running. He came in the house. He was dancing in the entryway. And I said, Bo, why are you so happy? Because he kind of had a chip on his shoulder when he got back from college. College was rough. He was one of the only athletes. I think there was only 3 that chose not to get vaccinated. Thank God he didn't, knowing what we know now. And he took hell for that. So he had a lot of anxiety and stress at college. I mean, his coaches were jerks. Let me just say it. So when he came home, he was in tough shape mentally. And it was the 8th day. He came in the house. He was dancing in the entryway. His mood was good. And I said, Bo, why are you dancing? Why are you so happy? He said, I just went 16. I said, 16 what? He said, I just ran 16 miles. I said, you just ran 16 miles? He said, yeah. I said, how many do you normally do? He said, 8. I said, you just ran double? He said, Mom, there's something to this patch. He said, my brain feels better. I haven't had that low grade headache that I've had for like 2 years. He said, I just feel better. He said, my head feels better. And that was Bo. So it didn't take him 6 weeks. It took him 8 days. But know this, the longer you wear the patch, the better the effects will be. Okay. Within 3 months, your collagen is increasing. So people just look younger, look sharper, look better. They glow. Within 6 months, the heart reverses in age. I told you earlier, I think it's because that GHK copper peptide reduces fibrinogen levels. And that fibrinogen levels is the top predictor of heart attacks. And so if we are reducing that naturally with a phototherapy patch with X39, I tell you what, we are doing some good justice to our heart. We are doing some good moves that are helping to reverse our heart, is reversing an age, right? Like David Schmidt says all the time, this is not an anti-aging patch, guys. It's actually age reversal. We're getting younger. I look younger. Like my body looks young. It feels young. I used to be achy and I drag myself out of the sack. Now I fly out of bed in the morning again. I feel like I just feel like young. Like it's wild when you get this patch on. So how do you wear it? You wear it 12 hours on and you take it off for 12 hours. So when you first start, wear it during the day, take it off at night before you go to bed, throw it away. Next morning, you put on a fresh patch. Remember, your sleeve of X39 has 30 patches in it. So it's enough for one person for 1 month. And then what I really would say is make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. Make sure that you're getting electrolytes. In fact, let's all take a second right now. Put some salt in your mouth or drink your electrolytes. Like David Schmidt said last night on Diamond and Silk, which again, you guys should go watch that. He said, we are electrical beings. our entire body functions on a grid of electricity. So isn't it funny that they told you not to eat salt? Salt is electrical in nature. Okay, so you guys need either a Redmond's real salt, write that down, Redmond's real salt, or a Celtic salt. Don't use that iodized table salt. That stuff is crap. Use Redmond's real salt or a Celtic salt and start giving yourself a pinch of salt every time you drink a glass of water. You will pee less at night. You will have more energy. You won't have lethargy. You won't be tired and fatigued. You're a healing machine when it comes to electrolytes. So drink plenty of water, get plenty of electrolytes. I have plenty of talks on that in our Facebook group. So it's so simple, yet it's so incredible. It's such a, I just think to myself, we are so blessed because we have such a cool technology, right, guys? So you can talk to who invited you on here. They will be your sponsor. They will help you get you started at the right package for you. Now, there are other patches. I should tell you that. We're focusing on X39 tonight, but there's all kinds of other patches. If you have a chronic illness, if you have a thyroid issue or an autoimmune issue, I would definitely say do X39 with Eon. If you have a bone density issue or a blood flow issue, I'd say X39 and X49 together, right? If you're on here tonight and you say, Renita, I just have fatigue, I'd say, you know what? You need X39 energy enhancer and electrolytes, right? So there's lots of solutions to what you have going on. But again, you can talk to who invited you on here and they will help you to get started. Now, I'm going to take the next few minutes to talk about the business aspect of this. Let me see here what we're saying. Where do we find the interview with David Schmidt from last night? Laura, I posted it on my Facebook page. So you can go grab it directly off my Facebook page. And I also posted it in LifeWave Wellness Warriors. The name of the book, for those of you who are asking tonight, is called GHK Copper Peptides, Resetting Your Genes to Youth Today. Hello, you had me at youth. Okay, that's called by Dr. Lauren Picard. Dr. Lauren Picard, Pickart. Okay, he was the guy who discovered the copper peptide GHKCU. He discovered it 51 years ago. Okay, you can learn all about it in the book. Okay, that's that. All right, what are the questions you guys have here? Thank you for answering that, Marianne. Picard. Lower blood sugars. Yes, 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 yes. Angela has had such great results with lower blood sugars, lowered blood pressure, help with energy and weight loss. Kathy Hutchinson says low back pain from sciatica cleared up in 3 days. My 92, I love Kathy. Kathy is such a health advocate. I love it for her. You know, aging loved ones is so special to me. So I want you guys standing in the gap for our loved ones. But my 92-year-old dad, more alert and successfully recovered from 3 cancer surgeries. Hairs and nails are growing like crazy. Rachel, thank you, Rachel. My inflammation totally went down. Yeah, in the face in the first month, like someone popped my face with a pin. Rachel looks like a different person. Amazing. Also, her pain levels from autoimmune issues went down. She's only on 3 of the 10 former medications. So we see that a lot of people can reduce their medications and sometimes completely eliminate them, which is very exciting. Okay. Can a person with a pacemaker use the patch? Absolutely. We have so many in our group that have pacemakers. Yes, Kathy's dad has a pacemaker and he does just great with it. All right. Hopefully that's answered a lot of health questions. I'm going to show you a couple more places if you guys have health questions where you can go get them answered. Okay, are you guys ready? And then we're going to spend 10 minutes on the business aspect of things. So the place that I want you all to go, if you've never been to the website, this is it info. I'm going to show it to you right now. It's a great place to go to really gather more information. In fact, when I talk to anybody brand new, I send them to this is it info because it's a one-stop shop to get all their education. Okay, so all right, when you come down here, there's a great video. It's only 1:46 talking about what is light therapy. Maybe you say this is all brand new, Renita. I had no idea that light can heal our bodies. Well, I kind of always knew that because every time I got vitamin D, I always felt better. How many of you can say that? How many of you, when you went to the island or the beach and you came home, you just were happier? Not only were you tan, you felt better. Your mood was better. Your sleep was better, right? So we know there's this great connection with light and it's activating different healing mechanisms in our body, okay? So you can learn all about that at This Is It Info. Come down here. Here's David Schmidt. The guy's a genius. Again, listen to Diamond and Silk from last night. It's on my Facebook page. Scroll down a little bit. This is my dear friend, Dr. Leland Stillman, who sometimes joins us for the Thursday night, but he's been so over the top because he was out of the country for a couple weeks, and then he's back in the country and he's trying to play catch up. So he was going to maybe hop on tonight, but I just know he's over the top. But you can learn everything that this guy has to say about this patch right here. He loves the patch. He will tell you that he saw more in 7 days with patching his patients than he saw in 6 months of working with them. So watch this video with Leland Stillman. It'll be a great growing of your brain knowledge base of X39 and how light works in our bodies. Come on down. There's going to be a lot of great videos down here, more videos with David Schmidt, a lot of videos with different medical doctors that are loving the patch and talking about it, right? Why would a doctor join LifeWave? You can click on that and learn why, right? So lots of great videos. Again, this is all This Is It info, okay? The next thing that you guys can gather up, because I just want, I'm giving you resources now because we're going to talk about money and how you can share this technology and create a plan B for yourself financially. And I don't know if you're on here and maybe a $500 a month sounds great. Maybe $1,000 a month sounds great. Maybe 5,000. We got people on our team making $18,000 a week. Yep. And individual results may vary. Again, I'm not making any income claims or medical claims. Everybody, you know, can try the patch, use the patch, and let us know what you see with it. And as far as the business, it's what you put into it, right? And so looking at this, another great tool that all of you can use. I'm going to show you these tools real quick. Okay. So this is in our Facebook group. We've got something for those of you that are not in our Facebook group yet. We have a Facebook group called LifeWave Wellness Warriors. LifeWave Wellness Warriors. Make sure the person who invited you on here gets you in that Facebook group. Okay. If you go to the top of our Facebook group, listen closely, go to LifeWave Wellness Warriors, and along the top, you're going to see a tab that says Files. Click on Files, okay? Then there's going to be a one-page intro to This Is It. It's brand new. Scott put it in there in January, okay? It's a one-page flyer for This Is It, and it's going to have all these wonderful tools and resources for you to grow yourself and grow your business, okay? One of the tools that's on there is going to be something called the All Products Flyer. You'll see it on there. So it shows all of the different patches, guys, all the different patches. And these little people over here show you where to place them. And there's a written description about each one of the patches and what they do for you and what they do for your family so that you can read about it. And yes, they are great for your dogs, your cats, and your horses. We actually have something called the AccuLife patch. And I had somebody tell me, Renita, I accidentally ordered that. And I said, great. Your pain relief is going to be even better yet because it's kind of like the Ice Wave, but a little stronger. So for those that have, a lot of pain in their body, the AccuLife, I told Scott, let's get some AccuLife patches and just try them on ourselves, right? So it's a very good thing to combat pain, okay? So that's, again, at LifeWave Wellness Warriors, along the top, click on Files, okay? Another thing that I have printed out that I give to everybody is this beautiful flyer. Again, this is under Files. This is on that sheet I'm telling you about. I love this stem cell activation technology. It talks all about what it does, the typical health benefits we see, how quickly people respond, right? The usage, how you use it, and then the health tracker. What can be measured can be improved. So when you guys start, before you start, track where you're at. How's your mobility? How's your stamina? How's your skin appearance? How's your fine lines and wrinkles? How's your age spots? Okay. If I had to do this before I did mine, I would put age spots big and ugly on my right cheek, right? 60 days later, where's my age spot? It's gone, right, guys? So super cool. You guys can fill that out at your convenience. Another thing I love to share, again, this is on LifeWave Wellness Warriors, Files, one-page flyer. It's all in there. Everything's on that page. If you haven't gone to Files yet in our Facebook group, you're missing the boat. Okay, so this is great because it talks about stem cells and how they're the cells that can develop into any other kind of cell. They give you an education about how stem cells work. Did you guys know that the New England Journal of Medicine has stated the #1 indicator of wellness is correlated to the number of stem cells in our blood? The #1 indicator of how well we are how well Crystal is, Chris is, Susan is, Marianne, Karen, how well you are is correlated to the number of stem cells in your blood. I always said to Scott, it's funny that we don't go to our doctors and they say, well, let's figure out where you're at and draw your blood and see where you're at today. Have you ever heard a doctor mention stem cells to you? Never. They're not even skilled in that realm. I mean, my friend Steve Merritt has had 13 back surgeries. He said his doctors never once mentioned stem cells. Like it's not, they don't know. They're not trained in that. So if you're learning about stem cells, and this is why I have 340 doctors on my team and nurses and health professionals, because doctors are waking up and they're saying, wow, we need to do regenerative medicine instead of the old slice and dice, pill for every ill. There's doctors that are doing pill for every ill, slicing and dicing. That's surgeries and pills. And then there's doctors that are doing regenerative medicine. And my advice to you tonight would find yourself a regenerative medicine doctor. Because if you're not finding a regenerative medicine doctor, you got some old hand that has no working knowledge of light therapy. They can't even communicate with you about stem cells. They don't know. Okay. So that's all available to you again on that sheet. Any questions on the sheet? Okay. This Rosalind says, I'm an endodontist and I know more than my doctor. Yeah, a lot of people know more than their doctors, and that's okay. You know what? Maybe it's up to us to educate them. Maybe it's up to us to educate them. And I'm not saying we don't need medical doctors. My goodness gracious, I've got some so brilliant friends. Crisis care, it's unsurpassed. If I get ran over, don't just put patches on me. Okay, take me to the ER, right? But at the end of the day, like, how well have they really done with our medical system? It's poor. I'm just going to say it. Like, we spend the most of any country in the entire world, and we're like number 40th on the list. Like, our people are sicker and fatter and more diseased than anybody else, and we spend more on healthcare. It's not healthcare. They shouldn't even call it that. It's not healthcare. It's crap care. It's medical care is what it is. And so the bottom line is, what you're learning tonight is health. You're learning how to get healthy, right? You're learning how to take ownership and control of your health. This is not a medical patch. This is not an FDA approved medical patch. We don't want FDA approved medical patches because then we'd have to be a drug, and we're not a drug, right? We are a wellness device that is activated by light. Okay, so enough about the health, but all those documents I'm showing you are in LifeWave Wellness Warriors under file. Okay, can you guys all go there tonight? Click on files and get that sheet printed off, and you'll have access to all these documents. In fact, I was going to show you guys. We went the other day to Office Depot, and guess what I did? Because I talk to people that want things in their hands. I got each of the sheets printed out. I got 100 copies of each one. You know why? Because I'm making $5 million this year with this business. So I treat it like a business. I'm serious about this. Here's the one that has all the different patches on it. There you go. Okay, shows that. And then, of course, I've got a sign-up sheet. I've always got a hard copy sign-up sheet. Remember, the patches have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you get somebody started and they hate them, they can always get their money back. I'll be honest. I've not had a single person in the last 21 months that has got their money back that I've sponsored because they have some positive, or many times multiple positive results with their health. Okay. Any questions about the health? We're going to move into the business for 10 minutes. I promise to have you off of here by 9 o'clock tonight. Okay. Very excited about this business opportunity, guys. So you can go to learn more about the business. Remember how I told you this is it info? There's another great website. It's called thisisitteam.com. So it's really easy for you to remember these things because one is called This Is It Info and the next is called This Is It Team. Okay. Super easy. When I go to This Is It Team, there's going to be lots of great information on here. If you're brand new to LifeWave, you can do the onboarding so you can learn how to launch your business. If you've never gone to onboarding and watched the videos, go there tonight. Go there tonight, okay? This business doesn't happen by accident. You have to be on purpose with this thing. What does happen really easily is the results from the patches. You just have to start patching people because they will have a product experience, okay? If you haven't had a product experience yet, keep patching, but go out and patch some other people around you, your neighbors, your coworkers, people that are complaining about their back at work. Patch them up. And then when they see that result, you'll have a testimony. Remember, when people ask questions, I share one of two things: tools, this is it info, or testimony. Okay? I tell them about something that's happened with somebody on our team. So I'm going to come over here to LifeWave compensation because this is a great thing to click on. Again, I'm at thisisitteam.com, and I'm going to show you the different ways of earning income. So first of all, if you're on here tonight and you haven't signed up yet, make sure you talk to the person who invited you on here because they will sponsor you and they will help you with all of this. But I'm going to tell you this, when you are on here tonight, if you've already signed up, please be aware you have a free website. It's up and running. Have you shared it with anybody yet? Have you shared your website yet with anybody? If you don't know what your website domain name is, like my website is lifewave.com/joy, because I choose the joy of the Lord as my strength. So my LifeWave website is lifewave.com/joy. What is the name of your website? When you signed up to become a wholesale member, you all got a free website, all of you. Okay. So if you don't know what it is, talk to your sponsor, or you can go into your email and search LifeWave because they sent you a confirmation email. And so the name of your website will be on there. Okay. So you got a free website and you got a free app immediately when you signed up as a wholesale member. Now, if you never want to share that website, you don't have to. You can just always purchase the patches at the wholesale price as a brand partner. Brand partner is a fancy word for wholesale member. Okay. So basically, if you just want to use the patches at the best deal, then become a brand partner or a wholesale member because that's what you want to do to get the best deal. But if you want to share your website with somebody, there's 6 ways of earning incomes. Number 1 is the trips. Many people from our team won the trip. I think there was 10. I can't wait for the leaderboard to come out because they gave away 100 trips. And I think we have 10 of the 100 won from our team. So that's very exciting that they're going to be going to Cancun, Mexico. The next trip is to the Greek Isles, and the next trip after that is Bora Bora. So there's plenty of time to win more trips. That's one of the ways of earning. Another way of earning is something called the Global Leadership Pool. They just started it. Literally, this month was the first time I've ever gotten paid on that. So what they do is they look at the last quarter, however much the Global Leadership Pool is. So it's a global pool, and everybody who hits some of those highest ranks and has an ever-growing business, they get a chunk of that leadership pool, okay? But then there's 4 other ways of making money that are money right out of the gates. So if you're a person on here tonight and say, how can I recap my initial investment? First of all, what are you investing? What package are you getting started that's right for you? So bronze package is 1 sleeve of the X39. So you say, Renita, I just want 1 sleeve. Okay, 30-day supply for you. It's $125. If you're on here tonight and you say, hey, I got a husband that needs these things. I got a daughter that needs these things. You could get a silver package, and that is 3 sleeves of X39, or you can pick and choose what other patches you want if you pull out a sleeve of X39. Again, talk to your sponsor. The gold package comes with 5 sleeves of X39, and then they give you 1 free additional sleeve of any of the other patches. So maybe you want to try Energy Enhancer. We talked about that tonight, right? Because it utilizes your fat oxidation. It balances your energy. It's awesome. But again, with gold, when you get those 5 sleeves, you can pick or choose what patches you want, and you're coming in at $499. Okay, so you get one free sleeve at gold. Platinum, they give you 2 free sleeves. So if you get started for $999.95, you're actually getting 12 sleeves of patches. So they give you 2 entire free sleeves of X39 for absolutely free. Now, I like free patches because I like to patch people. Like tonight when I went and taught exercise, there's a gal there. She's had pneumonia 3 times in 2 months. Hello. I said, you need to put Energy Enhancer on lung 1 on your body and an X39 anywhere on your body. And so I give away a lot of free patches because I like to sample. Now, I don't give away a sleeve. I don't give away 3 weeks worth. I think that when people pay, they pay attention. So I don't give away a lot. I might give up 1 or 2 days worth. And then I tell people when you're ready to purchase at the wholesale price, you got a money back guarantee, so there's no risk. Get a hold of me because I showed you how easy these patches are to wear. Okay. But at Platinum, they give you 2 free sleeves. Diamond is the best deal. Let me just say, if you really want to go big and help a lot of people and make a huge income, then go Diamond, because Diamond is $1,600 and you actually receive 19 sleeves of patches. So you get 3 full free sleeves of X39. From a retail standpoint, that's $450 free worth of patches you're getting. That's crazy. That's awesome, right? The other reason you want to go Diamond is you make more money when you sponsor Platinums and Diamonds. The other reason you want to go Diamond is you get the best deal. So you're getting your sleeves for $83, $84 a sleeve of X39. If you turn around and retail it, let's say you're on here and you're a chiropractor or you're a health professional, or maybe you're just a stay-at-home mom trying to make some extra money. You can turn around and retail this for $150. If I go to any doctor's office in Bismarck, I have 7 doctors selling the patches. If I go to any one of them in Bismarck, they all charge $150 for this sleeve. So if you're getting them for $83 a sleeve, guess what? You're making some money, right? The other reason you want to go diamond is it keeps you active for 3 months. So if you're working the business, it actually keeps you qualified to earn income for 3 full months. And like I say, they up pay you. So when you sponsor other people that are platinums or diamonds, let's say you go diamond and you sponsor a platinum or diamond, instead of you making $150, see your bonuses down here, instead of you making 150 or 200, when you yourself upgrade to diamond or start out with diamond, you're going to receive $300 when anyone purchases a platinum or $500 when people purchase a diamond, and they up pay you at that elevated rank for 90 days. So it's kind of like they give you a big boost and a head start to make a lot of money out of the gates, if that's what you want to do. Okay. Now, if you get started at lower packages than diamond, you still get bonuses when people sign up. When people buy a bronze package at your website, remember, you all have a free website, you get $15. When they buy a silver package at your website, you get $50. When they buy a gold package, you get $100. When they buy platinum, you get $150. And when you buy diamond, you get $200. But I would tell you, if you're signing up diamonds, you better go diamond yourself, so you don't leave that $500 on the table. Okay. More money is a good thing in this economy, right? So binary commission bonus, another way of earning is you have a right team and a left team. So you've got 2 legs. It's a binary. And I love it because literally you can put family on one side, friends on the other, right? Just make it super simple. But what happens is they pay you for all the orders that are going through. So if you sponsor your sister and she sponsors 5 coworkers and they sponsor friends and family members, that's all on one leg. Think about that for a second, right? So it's not just what you sponsor, it's who they sponsor, they sponsor, they sponsor, they sponsor. You're paid on binary commissions infinity deep, all the way to the very bottom. If you've got 100,000 people, you're paid down to the 100,000 person. They don't stop you at a certain level or anything like that. You're paid all the way, as far wide, as far deep as your team goes. Okay. And so what happens is when you have 660 points on one leg, remember, each one of the products that you purchase has a point volume attached to it. Okay, every sleeve has points attached to it. So when you have 660 points going out on one leg and 330 points on the other leg, the system knows that, and they give you $50 for those 990 points. They subtract those 990 points off your team, off your tree, and you'll get $50. And it happens in real time. So you'll see your commissions go 50, 100, 150, 200, 500, 1,000. You'll see them increasing because for every cycle from those orders that are going through your team, people that you sponsor, that they sponsor, infinity deep, you're getting paid $50 for every 990 points. Okay. Now you can cycle all the way up to $25,000 a week. And I'm here to tell you that's happening. Okay. So that's called Senior Presidential Director. My husband and I hit that rank in 66 days after starting LifeWave. Our son, Bo, who's going to be 24 in March here, Bo hit that 16 months or 15 months after starting LifeWave. 15 months in, he's hit the top rank in the company. So you don't have to be a professional network marketer. He's a college student. He was a college athlete signing up his buddies who wanted to get off the drugs, right? They were sick of it. So that's another way to earn. The third way to earn is my favorite. Like, I like all of it so far, but the third is my favorite because the third rewards you to keep on helping people. The third is unlimited money. The third is wild income. Like, I'm talking generational game-changing income. So what happens with the third way of making money here, there's something called a level 1, level 2, level 3 bonus. So when you personally enroll someone, they're called your level 1 team. So if I sponsored my son, Bo, he's my level 1. Okay. If you sponsor your sister, she's your level 1. The person that directly goes to your website and orders is your level 1. You guys with me? Okay. What happens is if they start working the business and earning this team commissions that I just showed you, you know, $1,000 a week, 5,000 a week, 25,000 a week, whatever they're earning, you're earning a 25% check match on that. So if they're earning $10,000 a week, you're earning a $2,500 commission check match because the person you sponsored is making 10 grand. Wow. I want a lot of people making 10 grand on my team, right? Are you with me? So what happens is, and then the person, like I sponsored my son, Bo, and he sponsored his friend, Tommy. Tommy is my second level leadership. On Tommy, when she goes out, she's also a senior presidential director, by the way. And if Tommy's making 10,000 a week, then Bo earns a $2,500 check match on Tommy, and I earn a $2,000 check match on Tommy because she's my second line leadership, right? So it's first line leadership, second line leadership, and the same thing happens on the third line leadership. Tommy sponsored Terry Beatley. Many of you guys know Terry Beatley. She's amazing. She speaks at a lot of the events. She's so thorough and amazing. But Terry is a senior presidential director. And so Terry is my what? Bo is my number one. Tommy's my number two. Terry's my number three. So do I want Terry making $25,000 a week? Yes, because when she does that, I get $6,250 check match bonus. Actually, I get a little less than that. It's 20%. So I get a 20% of 25,000. And then Tommy, because she sponsored Terry, she's going to get a 25% check match bonus. You see how this works? 25, 20, 20. You guys with me? Now, this should empower you to never want to stop talking to people about this patch, because you can sponsor that first line leadership today, tomorrow, next week, next month, 5 years from now. It doesn't matter. If they're going to your website enrolling, that's your first line leadership. When they sponsor somebody, that's your second line leadership. When that somebody sponsors somebody else, that's your third line leadership. Okay. And these bonuses here, 25, 20, 20, are not capped. You can do 5 of them, 100 of them, 1,000 of them. It gets me so fired up that I could sponsor 1,000 people and have a check match of a level 1, 25% across 1,000 wide. Can you imagine? Woo! That's some generational changing wealth, right? And so we could go on, but that's enough. You got a rough overview. People can go to your website. They can become a customer if they want. I wouldn't highly recommend that. I think it's the best deal to become a wholesale customer brand partner. Same thing. Wholesale customer brand partner is the same thing. With the policies and procedures, you're not considered a brand partner until you do business building activities. In fact, when you signed up as a brand partner, you got a customer number because you're considered a wholesale customer until you do business building activities. So don't let the word brand partner scare you. What I would tell you is the word brand partner means the very best, cheapest price. Get started with that one. And then if you decide to share your website with somebody and your app with somebody, you absolutely can do that. All right, I promised you I'd be done by 9. It's 9 now. Does anybody have any serious questions tonight? There's a lot more to learn, but that was a really kind of quick overview for all of you. Hopefully you took away some good nuggets tonight. Let me see. All right. Yeah, you can always upgrade those packages. If you got started at gold, you can always go platinum or diamond at your convenience. You guys got me in the raw tonight. I don't have any makeup on or anything after class. It's like a sweat face. I went out and taught exercise and I put my timber, looks like a forest. Like I always say, those women, when they put those flannel shirts on, they look like $1 million. Like I look like Farmer Ted. Like it just doesn't work for me. But I thought we're going to go with the baseball hat tonight, guys. So may the Lord bless you. Angela, I'm so happy that this helped you tonight. Good. Yes. When is the next business meeting? Great question. So there's always business training every single Saturday. You can find that at thisisitteam.com. Thisisitteam.com. I will tell you that Scott, my husband, and I are going to be doing a really amazing training on February 24th. It's a Saturday. So you're going to learn about tax benefits, tax incentives. Like Scott is so thorough with numbers. You are going to have it all laid out for you. So if you are a person who likes numbers and wants to get very strategic, I would definitely get on that training on the 24th. Okay, you guys? All right. That's it. Saturday's the next business meeting. Now, remember, on Fridays, there's always the event at 11 a.m. Central, 12 Eastern. It's a half-hour meeting, and it's always amazing on Fridays. And you can find that information again at thisisitteam.com. Has a whole schedule for all the meetings. All right. I'm 2 minutes over. So may the Lord bless you, keep you, and shine his face upon you and be gracious to you all the days of your life. Thank you for hopping on tonight, you guys. Make sure you talk to whoever invited you on here. They are your sponsor. and they want to help get you going at the cheapest possible price. And again, LifeWave will change your life. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for spending some time with me. I appreciate all of you and your time. Take care.